Hello, welcome to episode 45 of the Ask Self Believe Chief show. The question I've got this week, which got emailed in to me, is how can I change? How can I make a change in my life? And this was sent in from Abdulwali Bil Abdullahi, I think is the right pronunciation. Sorry if I got that right, but thank you for your question. How do I make a change in my life? And people are always looking to make a change, and the strap line for everything I do and for my business is, if you change today, today will change your life. If you change today, today will change your life. People are always asking me about how to change this, how to make this change, and we all want to make change, but we don't necessarily want to do the things that are required to make the change. We all want to get there as quickly as possible, know what the shortcuts are, but change is necessary to get you from where you currently are to your desired goal, to your desired destination. So wherever you're trying to get to, you've got to make a change from who you are now to who you need to become. You still got to be yourself, but along those lines, you've got to pick up, more stripes. You've got to get more training. You've got to understand more things. You've got to have more resources, whatever. But just continue to accumulate over time. Now, I think in terms of trying to accumulate over time, many people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And it really just is about the process of doing a few small things every single day, just over and over and over again, just ticking it over. Because some people, they try really hard for a week and they'll put in, 14 hours a day, every day for a week, and then they're tired and then they don't carry it on. But it's so much better to do less hours, but just to do it over an extended period of time, so you're doing it over and over again and actually building that momentum over years and years and years. Because whatever it is that you want, it will take years to make it a true change. Depending on what it is, depends on how long that will be. But if you want to make a change, you've got to be prepared to put in the work and build momentum over a period of time, and over an extensive period of time. That's really going to challenge the way you think and feel and what you do with your body, etc. Because otherwise, any other sort of change where you try and do it quickly, it's not inherently you, it's not authentically you. And when you're not being yourself and you're trying to do these things, it becomes very taxing after a while. So you've got to do the filter of being yourself. And the only way to make all these changes a part of who you are is to be able to do them over a long period of time repeatedly. So that's the first thing. But a more important point that I want to make is that people are always talking about the changes they want to make. They want more resources. They want more money. They want more time. They want to know how to do this, how to do that. And all these changes, we're always looking for people to be their mentors. And mentors are a great thing, but mentors aren't there to do it for you. Mentors are there to help you understand how to do it. So I want you to really understand something, which is that if you want to make a change in your life, it's totally and utterly down to you. A very, very lonely place. That if you've got an idea or a suggestion or something you want to bring into this world, it's all down to you. No one's coming. There's no rescue brigade. There's no safety team. There's no ambulance and no nothing that's coming to help you. It's down to you if you want to make the change in your life. I want you to look at every single thing in your room right now, or wherever you're listening to this. Look at everything around you and realize and remember that every single thing you can see around you was initially invented by someone. Everything you can see around you was initially invented by someone who had to come up with an idea and they had to do it on their own. If you can see a chair, maybe it's made of wood, it's someone who understood the idea of taking a tree and turning it into something. Paper, how you can get from the tree the paper. What you can do with metal, what you can do with basic resources. How the integration of the internet. All of these things have been created over time, but they weren't created like that. It's like Thomas Edison, who failed 1,000 times before the 1,001st time he created the light bulb. It's going to take time and time again, but it's going to take your time. It's not going to take anyone else's time. It's going to take your time to get this done, to make this change. It's very, very much down to you to make the change. And if you understand that, if you change today, that today will change your life. If you change today, if you change how you think, it will change your life for good or bad, depending on how you change that. If you want to get fitter, what you do with your body is going to change your life, depending on what you do with it, whether it be for good or for bad. If you change what you say, how you articulate things, the language you use. It's going to change things for good or bad depending on the change that you make. So I want you to really consciously decide on the choices you're making that are in pursuit of something, and understand, are they making change for good or for bad? Because no one else is going to correct you if you're going off course. So you need to have as good an understanding as possible. You need to have as much clarity as possible to understand where you're going and what's required. And if you understand those things, where it's going and what's required, then you can make a huge shift, huge adjustment. It really is down to you. And I've got to places where I just sort of think, can someone just reach out a hand and help me get that little bit further? Help me reach more people. I don't have enough money. Maybe someone can invest in me. I haven't got enough time. Maybe, this person will do this bit for me. All these different ideas. But there's no one else here. You might have a team of people, but there's no one else here. It really is you to make those decisions. But the thing is, as scary as that sounds, we want to be that person. See, many of us want to be that person that people look up to and go, that thing that they do, they're the master of that. Actually, maybe they can give me some advice. You're the go-to person. So that's how you get into that position, being a go-to person, when you actually just embrace the changes yourself, and you make the changes, and you take the risks, and you make the effort, and you put in your resources, and you do whatever is required to make those changes. When you're willing to do whatever is required, you'll get whatever is desired. Do what's required and get what's desired. But I know it's difficult. I know it's challenging. But I promise you that if you are willing to make the changes, and you're willing to stick with the changes and just be patient for a little while, then something good will come of it. And as Les Brown said, it's not over until you win. My name is David Holman. If you change today will change your life. So enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your life. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram. What else? Full episodes will be on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube, so you can catch us again and download it if you'd like to. Or you can send in questions through my website, or using the hashtag #SelfBeliefChief as well. But wherever you are, make sure that you're following me on my Twitter or Facebook pages as well. But otherwise, I hope everything's going well. I hope you're willing to make that change, and I'll see you on episode 46. Cheers.